Surprising kangaroo facts you may not have known. The word kangaroo comes from the Kuku-Yamatere language of the Australian Aborigines, who called these animals kangaroo or ganguru. When Captain James Cook and his crew first learned about this animal and saw a baby kangaroo poking its head out of its mother's pocket, he first thought that kangaroos were two-headed animals. Today, we know much more about these funny jumpers. Residing in Australia, Tasmania, and Papua New Guinea, the kangaroo has become such a recognizable symbol of Australia that its images can be seen on Australia's currency bills, commercial products, and even on the banner of the Royal Australian Air Force. They are truly amazing and strange animals, and in our list today, we've compiled some of the most amazing kangaroo facts you can imagine, or not. And while this list contains information about different species of kangaroos, we've mostly focused on the largest, most well-known kangaroos that can be seen in most wildlife documentaries. So, get ready, because you might be shocked and amazed by these 25 facts about kangaroos that you might not have known. 25. Let's start with perhaps the funniest and most surprising kangaroo fact. A female kangaroo can become pregnant and then suspend her pregnancy, temporary cessation of vital functions. If the female has been fertilized but is not yet ready to give birth, e.g., she is already carrying one cub, the embryo goes into a state of diapause until she raises a previous cub. 24. The kick of a kangaroo rat is so powerful that it can kill an adult human. And the sharp claws on their paws help them gut small animals. 23. Although it's quite a popular joke among teenagers, kangaroos really do have a fifth leg, a kind of paw. Used to keep their balance while jumping, a kangaroo's powerful tail is used as a fifth paw when walking. When they kick with their hind legs, they lean on their fifth paw. 22. If you happen to see a fight for dominance between two male kangaroos, it will be easy to recognize which one is dominant. In such fights, only the subdominant male kicks with his paws. Like other animals of the marsupial infraclass, male kangaroos are unique in that their testicles are located above, not below, the penis. 21. The birth of a kangaroo cub is one of the strangest in the animal kingdom. A small, pink worm emerges from the birth canal of a female kangaroo at a term equivalent to 7 weeks of human pregnancy. The underdeveloped tiny creature must grasp onto its mother with its barely appearing front legs and climb up her thick fur to settle into her brood pouch. 20. When this worm enters its mother's pouch, it succumbs to one of her teats for 34 weeks. As it grows and develops, it learns to detach from the nipple and attach itself to the other nipple. The baby kangaroo can't actually suckle yet, so milk from the mother's nipples is regularly injected directly into its mouth. 19. Some cubs do not leave the brood pouch for up to 8 months after they enter it. By that time they are fully grown, furred, and able to make their first leaps. 18. The leap of a large red kangaroo reaches 3 meters in height and 8 meters in length. Add to this the maximum speed of 60 kilometers per hour that they can reach, and you get a pretty nimble marsupial. 17. You're probably wondering what happens if a tiny worm-like kangaroo cub falls while climbing up its mother's fur to get to the brood pouch. If the cub falls, it is still so small, about the size of a bean, that the mother refuses to pick it up. If she tries to pick it up to somehow place it in the pouch, she will simply crush it in her attempt to pick it up. 16. Kangaroos are mostly hunted by humans and dingoes. The animals often defend themselves by leading the pursuer to water and trying to drown him. 15. The dirtiest fact on our list: kangaroo cubs pee and poop inside their mother's pouch. The inner layer of the brood pouch absorbs some waste products, but the female regularly cleans it herself by sticking her muzzle inside and licking it clean. 14. Kangaroos live in groups of approximately 10 individuals. Although the group consists of both females and males, only the dominant male, often the oldest and largest, mates with females. 13. Tree kangaroos don't sweat, and to cool down, they take shelter in the shade or lick their front paws and then run them over their fur-covered chests. 12. Although excellent marketing gives us a clear picture of what a kangaroo looks like, the word kangaroo is actually a generic term for members of the kangaroo family, which includes giant kangaroos, big red kangaroos, the best known, wallabies, philanderers, and wallaroos. 11. Female kangaroos mate just a few days after giving birth to a cub. That way, if anything happens to it, she always has an embryo in a state of diapause ready to develop. 10. Very nutritious kangaroo meat is sold in various countries around the world. In the last few decades, it has gained popularity in Australia, especially in high-end restaurants. 9. Kangaroos cannot move their paws independently of each other. They always move them at the same time as if they were connected. However, while swimming, for reasons unknown to science, they move them independently of each other. 8. One of the most surprising facts about kangaroos is that females can determine the sex of their cubs. Scientists don't know how they do it yet, but female kangaroos give birth to females at a younger age, leaving the male embryos for later when they leave the group sooner or later. 7. Despite their powerful legs, kangaroos are not able to stagger backwards. Therefore, Australia decided to depict this animal on its coat of arms, demonstrating that the state is always moving forward and developing. 6. To demonstrate their strength and power to other males, male kangaroos pull out grass and bushes from the roots. 5. Western gray kangaroos are sometimes called stinkers, because they give off an odor similar to curry. 4. In cartoons, kangaroos are often shown boxing their front paws. Although they sometimes do this for fun, it is most often how males fight for the right to possess a female. These kicks are usually harmless, especially when compared to the hard kicking of their hind paws. 3. Being endemic to Australia and Papua New Guinea, a few kangaroos have managed to escape from zoos in the US and France and establish offspring in the wild. In Ireland, as you know, there is a whole colony of wallabies living on Lambay Island. 2. Once a kangaroo cub is old enough to leave its mother's pouch for good, it still returns there to drink her milk. Because the female may have another cub developing in her pouch at this time, female kangaroos have a well-established lactation system, with one nipple producing high-carbohydrate milk for the older cub and the other nipples producing high-fat milk for the younger cub. 1. Our last quirky kangaroo fact is again a bit shocking. Female kangaroos have a rather interesting anatomical feature. They have 3 vaginas. 2 of them are used to conduct seminal fluid into the uterus, of which the kangaroo has 2. During childbirth, the fetus from the uterus enters the middle vagina, and from there through a special birth canal outward, to then, clinging to the mother's fur, to climb up and get into the bag.